What is up, Starseeds? It's Sid, and today I have a November 2020 astrological forecast for you, as well as obviously the pick a card, pick a crystal. This month I'm doing things a little different. It's like pick an intuitive channeled message from me, okay? With really just a couple cards to clarify. And honestly, I have gotten a lot better at tarot since my last video. So I'm excited for like these future readings I'm gonna do, because doing the videos, teaching other people what the meanings of the cards mean has really just like deepened my understanding of what all the cards mean as well, because I've just been teaching it to other people, and that's really how I learn best, is when I can teach it to other people. That's how really everyone knows that they know something, when they have the ability to do that. But anyways, you can watch this video no matter what month, what year it is, and I do recommend listening to the astrological forecast no matter when you're watching this, because those are the energies surrounding you whenever you feel called to watch this video. But if you want to just fast forward to the pick a card or to your specific group, because you already know how that works, then well, you probably already looked in the description and fast forwarded. So anyways, we are just going to get into this forecast for you guys. Usually I explain like what each event means, but I don't really feel called to do that this month. Obviously it is like super powerful, but I'm just hoping that you guys can interpret it for yourself, what each placement and aspect means. So here we go. I just want to say, because I'm posting this before Halloween, obviously Halloween's like the last day of the month, in case you haven't heard, there is going to be a super powerful blue moon in Taurus on Halloween, the day of the thinnest veil between realities and realms, really, of every year. So just want to give that little disclaimer and have a happy Halloween, you guys. But anyways, getting into November, because that's really just like the energy that November kicks off with, is this blue moon, because it's not like it just disappears at midnight, right? It's obviously still going to be around on November 1st. Very exciting, okay? The first event in November is on November 3rd, and it's Saturn biquintiling the North Node. So Saturn is in Capricorn, and the North Node is in retrograde in Gemini. Also on this day, Mercury goes direct, so Mercury's in Libra. That's a little weight off your shoulders for some of you guys. Anyways, on November 9th, Ceres enters Pisces. So if you don't know what Ceres is, I said I'm not going to give explanations, but just when I get these info about asteroids, I like to give a little description. Ceres is the asteroid that represents how we nurture, how we parent. So Ceres is moving into the sign of Pisces on the 9th. And then on November 10th, Mercury enters Scorpio. Mercury in Scorpio, Sun in Scorpio, yay! Okay. November 12th, Jupiter conjuncts Pluto. Jupiter is in Capricorn, and Pluto is in Capricorn. Alright, November 13th, Mars goes direct. Mars is in Aries, and Mars has been in retrograde a bit longer than Mercury has, so that might be even more pleasant for you guys. On November 15th, this day is very powerful. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, there is a new moon in Scorpio on the 15th. Love it. And also on the same day, Jupiter quintiles Chiron. Jupiter is in Capricorn, and Chiron is in retrograde in Aries. Okay. Next we have on November 21st, Venus entering Scorpio. Ooh. And on the same day, the Sun enters Sagittarius, okay? There's always kind of like a speculation of like when the Sun enters different zodiac signs, because it's supposed to be the same every year, but some years it's on a different day, okay? For example, I was born November 22nd, and the sun was in, 0.00 degrees Sagittarius. So it obviously moved there like late on the 21st or very, very early on the 22nd, because I was actually born, 46 minutes into the day of November 22nd. That's just a little story I got. But, yeah, it can be like a day off, just kind of like the equinoxes and all of that. Sometimes it's like a day off because just of how our calendar works. Anyways, on November 25th, Pluto quintiles Chiron. Oh my god, Pluto is in Capricorn and Chiron is in retrograde in Aries, like I've said, because, we just keep talking about the same planets because it's so powerful. Anyways, on November 28th, Neptune goes direct. Whew, Neptune is in Pisces. And on November 29th, Jupiter biquintiles the North Node. Jupiter is in Capricorn. And like I've said, the North Node is in retrograde in Gemini. To end off this month, the last event, super powerful, on November 30th, there is going to be a full moon eclipse. I can't say that word. Full moon penumbral eclipse. I thought it was called prenumbral eclipse, but it's not spelled that way. Anyways, it's in Gemini, and it's gonna be great. A great way to end off the month. A great way to start off the month, like I talked about at the beginning. But that's just gonna be really exciting, okay? And don't miss out on the December video because, I don't know, I may or may not be explaining these events more last month. I just really didn't feel called to explain them this month for some reason. It's like a continuation of last month, as it always is. But we are just moving through such powerful energies, you guys, with Jupiter and Saturn and Pluto and the North Node and Chiron and oh my god, just please interpret that for yourself and realize that this is about, stepping into what you're really meant to do for yourself, for your growth. That's what these months have been about. And if you look at how the world is living right now, with quarantine, with all of this change, it's like just calling for a change within ourselves, you guys. It's just the energies we are moving through in the universe, and all of Earth is going through it, okay? Yeah. But for real, don't miss out on the December video, because on December 1st, Mercury enters Sagittarius. If you want to find out what Pallas means on December 7th, because she enters Aquarius, so tune in to find out what the heck Pallas is if you don't know. And to find out when there's going to be a new moon total solar eclipse, okay? Even more powerful than the eclipse at the end of November. Just saying. But yeah, we are going to get in to these groups now, y'all, because you've been staring at them the whole video. You're anxious to get into it, to get some clarification on what is coming for you November 2020 or whenever you feel called to watch this video. Okay. Obviously, there is 5 groups. This is group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, and group 5. Okay, if you're interested in the crystals, here on group 1, this is some moonstone. Over here, we've got some rose quartz on group 2. Group 3 has some jade. Group number 4 has a nice piece of sodalite. And group number 5 has a nice chunk of black tourmaline. So, we are going to get into these groups. I apologize for how long it's going to take me to lay out the cards and just kind of like get these piles situated like away from each other. There's going to be kind of transitions, you guys, and you're just going to have to deal with it, my babies. If you'd like to fast forward 10, 20 seconds or whatever, please feel welcome to. So I do want to read the channeled intuitive message first before I get into these cards. I don't really want to let you guys see my handwriting. I was like, do I? No, I don't feel called to do that. Sorry, loves. But here we go. I'm going to lay out your guys' cards and then read the channeled message and then get into what all these cards mean, okay? Because we do have some moonology as well as some tarot, because like I said at the beginning, if you listened to the beginning, I know a lot of people don't, which I don't really blame them, but I've just been getting lots better at tarot, because I'm finally able to teach others, and that's just how I know I'm finally getting good. I think everyone can really relate to that. Alright. Like I said, we'll get into the card meanings in a bit. And first group, so it took me a while to lay out the cards, and I apologize, but I just want it to look nice. Okay. So I'm going to read you guys this channeled message, but I'm not going to let you see my writing. Group number 1. You are beautiful and capable. Get out there and do it. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for the world, but you should really do it for yourself. That's why you chose or agreed to come here. Remember that, starseed. So that was your guys' channeled message. And we have some cards here for clarifiers. And we'll get into the moonology first. Obviously, you have new moon in Taurus, prosperity lies ahead. Full moon in Capricorn, the end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Scorpio, it's time to release negativity. Mutable moon, nothing is yet set in stone. And full moon in Aquarius, show the world the real you. So what I get from that is like, it seems like you just really need to show the world the real you. That's the big message in this. And like, it's gonna, once you take this like leap of faith, it is going to work out for your benefit, you know? And yeah, you should do it for yourself too, because that was like the big channeled message, you know, like for yourself, for your growth, really. So over here we have some tarot clarifiers. So King of Swords, 8 of Swords, 7 of Wands, the Devil, the Moon, 4 of Pentacles, and the Magician in reverse. So, first things first, I want to talk about the last card. The last cards in both of these decks are like so powerful. You have all of this potential, but you're not putting it to use, and that's why your big message is like, you know, like, get out there and do it. I feel like there's obviously the devil's here. We have this situation, and it's affecting you and your ability to do what you really want to do is what I get from the moon card. Like, this devil is like affecting your unconscious, and you really just want this stability, okay? Like, you're in this situation, and it's kind of like, I don't want to say self-imposed, because I feel like someone's kind of putting this onto you, but it's like you have the power to leave. And I feel like you're gonna choose to do that here with the 7 of Wands. I feel like you kind of need to make this decision quick. You need to be, you know, you need to make the smart choice. And if you want your magician to be upright, you have to go through this. You have to do what's best for you, you have to get out there and do it. And if you can't do it for yourself, do it for the world. But, you know, this is why you chose to come here. And, like, you're so powerful. Like, you are capable. You are beautiful and capable. So, get the stability that you need, you know? And, like, prosperity lies ahead, okay? It's time to release this negativity. It's time to end this tough cycle, okay? It says nothing is yet set in stone, which is a big message for you, but it's up to you, you know? And I feel like you know what the right choice is. So I'm going to start picking these cards up because that is really all I had to say for you, group number 1. But, very, very powerful pile if you chose to pick that. And really, all of these piles are honestly very, very similar, just a bit different in their message for, like, what certain people needed to hear. So if you needed to hear that, that was your message, you know? And I hope you guys just, like, listen to it. So that's really all. All right, getting into group number 2 with Zero's Quartz. I'm going to lay these cards out. If you guys want to fast forward, I get it. If not, you can listen to me talk for about 20 seconds. Anyways, here we go. So, like I said, I do have this channeled message that I am going to read in a minute, but I wanted to lay these out for you guys so you could look at the cards while I read it to you, okay? Obviously, we got some Moonology, and we have some tarot clarifiers. And yep, you guys, you're kind of contradictory. Anyways, so, oh, a little piece of that broke off. I didn't take the stuff off for a reason, but I don't know, maybe it's just to see what happens with it. Alright, so you are ready to shift. Metamorphosis is a beautiful thing. It can be hard, scary, or even dangerous. But the change is inevitable, and it's so freaking worth it in the end. Do what you need to do, Starseed. This group is quite a bit like group number 1, but this group is ready to shift, okay? And we're going to talk about it, okay? So, I'm going to read off your Moonology cards first, and then we're going to kind of get into what these mean and talk about the tarots. So, be bold and make the first move. A win-win outcome is forecast. A personal issue reaches resolution. Luck is on your side. And the energy is gaining momentum. So, we've got this cardinal moon, this full moon in Libra, this full moon in Cancer, this new moon in Sag, and this waxing moon. And all of this stuff, it's very good, very positive cards, okay? It's just talking about, like, this change that's inevitable. And when we get into the tarot cards, it makes even more sense because obviously we have this death, this change, you know? The Three of Wands, it's not the Two of Wands, it's the Three of Wands. So that tells me you've made, you know, you've kind of made your decision. You're just really waiting to step into it, okay? Down here is where it's kind of like, what the heck, you guys? But it does make sense to me. So you don't need this, like, sucky situation. You're ready, like, it's needless. You don't need it. Instead, You know, instead of these two, we've got these two over here. We've got the Fool, and once you make this change, you're really not going to be a fool, because you're going to take this leap of faith and it's going to be worth it. You're going to get victory out of it. So just make sure you change and go down this right path, okay? And you can leave this behind because you do not need it. You are much better than that. You are the Temperance card. I get lots of Sag energy from this. May or may not be a Sag. It's just the Sag energy about you right now, you know? Fiery. And yeah, like really just so much Sag energy for some reason. But basically, I feel like you know what you have to do, so be bold and make the first move and do it, because obviously it's gonna work out in the long run, okay? Like, I feel like you kind of already have this figured out. You just need to step into it, okay? And that I'm gonna start picking these up, but like, you guys are like such beautiful people, okay? I want to say that, like, for real. Like, just like lots of pink cards. And not that if you pull pink cards you're just this beautiful person, but I feel like it's really just time for you to like put yourself first, group number 2, and really just like get the victory that you know you deserve, okay? So I hope you guys step into that and have a great week / month / life, okay? Whew. Getting into group number 3 with the Jade. Okay, so I'm gonna lay your guys' cards out. You guys were definitely like a unique group, and I have this channeled message that's the most like specific, and your guys' cards were obviously, the moonology is not that contradictory, however you say that word, you know what I mean. But your guys' tarot clarifiers was kind of like, what the heck is going on? But we're gonna get into this, okay? I'm gonna read the channeled message first once I finish laying these out, and then we'll get into the cards, okay? So if I can open this. All right. Group number 3. Don't get caught up in politics. Compromise, quite darling of a concept, really. To put the desires of others, as well as the desires of yourself, out on the table to evaluate and eventually come to a conclusion that's on middle ground. It is not just a concept that humans invented. It is not just a moral law. It is how the universe works and has been around longer than time itself, Starseed. So I kind of paused for a moment because I was like, that's really all I need to say. But I did want to finish reading off what I wrote. Yeah. So let's get into this. That message was all about how you need to compromise on some form of situation, and also a little side message: don't get caught up in politics. Let's get into these moonology, okay? It was definitely the most interesting moonology, really the most interesting spread. So your hard work is paying off. New moon in Cap. Adjustments are required in reverse. Third quarter moon. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Step out of your comfort zone. North node. Don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. Take time to breathe out. Decimating moon. So with this, adjustments are required in reverse. I feel like you do not think that adjustments are required, but really they are, okay? That's what I get from that, and that's also why we have don't let pride get in your way, and really all of these 3 cards right here on the bottom. So it's like you're putting so much hard work into this, but you need to make these adjustments and step out of your comfort zone and take time to not let pride get in your way for things to really work out in the best interest of everyone in the universe, okay? And we're going to get into these tarot clarifiers to kind of explain why this is necessary. So, if you only picked group number 3, just group number 3, or if you picked other groups too, but you picked group number 3, you picked it for a reason. And I do want to say, you have the High Priestess. You're the only group that has the High Priestess. You got it. You are the High Priestess. You have this, like, amazing intuitive potential. You already know, okay? But, we've got this crazy situation going on, and I feel like you're kind of the culprit of it. Whether this is, like, your fault or not, you're creating this situation. You have this, like, choice, this decision, this situation, whatever. And I feel like you kind of need to figure it out extremely quick, okay? Should I read these cards off in case you guys can't see? Okay. High Priestess, 2 of Wands, 8 of Wands, Knight of Wands, 7 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords in reverse. So, lots of, like, quick energy in making this decision that you haven't made a decision, okay? You don't know the answer. It's kind of like you're stuck, stalemate situation right now. But you really know kind of what you have to do, or at least in your gut you do, but you're not really listening to that. I don't know. The High Priestess is upright, but, like, obviously there's this, like, contemplation and not wanting to compromise, because we have this generosity, but we have this, like, trickery. It's like, it's very contradicting, and it's very just kind of, like, sneaky, like you're not compromising with someone and you should be, you know? It's like you're being too... You need to stop being so indecisive. I know this decision needs to be made quickly, obviously. Or maybe you just think that it does because of the intense situation that it is. You think this needs to be done so quick, and you think you need to do this stuff to make a decision, but really you just need to take time, breathe out, step out of your comfort zone, and make these adjustments, okay? Stop being so indecisive and trying to be so quick about it. And that's really all I have to say, okay? There's this situation where someone's obviously, like, trying to be a little sneaky for the benefit of other people, if that makes sense. I don't know. It's kind of a confusing situation, general reading. But, just really make adjustments, okay? I feel like you don't think they're required, but you need to stop being so quick about it. So they are. And it's all about compromise, group number 3. Yeah. I hope you guys figure that situation out. It seemed kind of, like it needed to be figured out, like, immediately. So, wishing you guys all the love and light and good vibes. Getting into group number 4 with the Sodalite. I love Sodalite. I wish you could see it better. Anyways. So I have this pretty awesome channeled intuitive message for you guys. But, I wanted to get into these cards first. And, I will say you have the most cards in reverse, but that is not a bad thing. It's just, it was really telling me straight up when I pulled these what all this meant. And we will get into this after I lay out all the cards and after I read the intuitive message first, okay? I feel like these videos really are so long because I lay out all these cards and it takes a while because I don't pause it in between. I'm probably gonna start doing that next month. Alright, thank you guys for sticking with me through that. And here is your intuitive message that I wrote for you guys. And I do want to say before I even read it, you guys are such amazing souls. So here we go. Express yourself Express yourself unapologetically. Uniqueness can be taken for granted, taken advantage of. In a world and universe so vast, obviously there's going to be many very different personality beings. All of them are equally as beautiful, equally as important. But some can't handle your light. You are a beacon of light. Do not let anyone or anything dim you, Starseed. So, wow, that was like the most just like, oh, group, okay? So, if you pick this is like, you're letting someone dim your light, and please don't do that. So, if this is a relationship, okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting into it too quick. Let's read these off because a lot of them are upside down. Full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming in reverse. So, they're not. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. A new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra in reverse. So, it's not. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. And your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon in reverse. So, it's not. So what does this mean, you guys? It means you and your loved ones are safe. It's time to take action. You don't need the answers you think you need. You don't need. You don't need this romantic cycle beginning. You need it to end, possibly, because someone or something is dimming your light. So right now, you just need to focus on yourself and your uniqueness. I can't even speak for this group. I don't know why. And your commitment is not being tested. The only thing being tested is your commitment to yourself. Okay? That's really the only thing being tested. It's like, are you going to finally take this leap of faith and do this or what? Because, okay, I'll read off your tarot cards for some clarification, you guys. So we have the Six of Swords, the Ace of Wands in reverse, the Two of Pentacles in reverse, the Knight of Cups, Justice in reverse, the Wheel of Fortune, and the King of Pentacles. So this is telling me, okay, you guys are meant for this prosperity. You guys are emotional beings. And you have this opportunity that you're juggling, and you're not acting on this like change that is inevitable, okay? So someone, something, some situation is not really coming to justice. It's like it's like unfair, okay? It's this unfair situation, and it is inevitable that you get your justice. So hopefully you're not being slow about this. Hopefully you are just like meant to be prosperous throughout this and the end of this. You guys, like, you just need to let go. You just need to step into this, okay? You need to just let whatever's dimming your light go, okay? It is time to take action. Your loved ones are safe. And that's really all I want to say. You guys are like such amazing people, so I hate that you're in this situation. Obviously, situations like this always happen to the best people, don't they? But you know, you have this like opportunity to like create something that you know you're meant to. So hopefully you guys get your justice, and I mean, you can take action and get it yourself, because you're the only one that's really gonna do this. You can't wait for someone else to do it for you, you know what I mean? Yeah, I love you guys. All right, last but not least, group number 5 with the black tourmaline. Okay, I'm going to get into your intuitive channeled message after I lay these cards out. So, oh, I'm so sorry for the camera shake. That was horrid. If you'd like to fast forward about 20 seconds, you totally can. And I bet you next month when I do a video like this, I'm not gonna make you guys wait for me to lay out the cards, because I realize how annoying it is and how much time it truly takes up. It's very annoying. But right now I'm just at a point where it's easier for me to do this because I'm filming this later than I wanted to. Like I said, I channeled those messages like 2 days ago, and I'm just getting to the video now. But alright, here we go. Group number 5. Okay, I am gonna say this is kind of complicated, but the cards make it, I don't know. I'm gonna read this for you guys, okay? Hold hands and come together. Hardships and struggle make it difficult to steer, difficult to navigate, difficult to carry yourself, but doable, bearable, and essential for your growth on a soul timeline. You are making great progress. This soul aspect of yourself has agreed to go through this, so that in the long run, your soul has learned more and has access to more plentiful things, Starseed. Wow. So, I'm going to read off you guys' moonology for you, just in case you can't see. A time for healing, balsamic moon. Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. Expect powerful change with this new moon eclipse. New moon in Scorpio, work through your fears. And full moon in Virgo, you are enough. You are good enough. I don't know why I just said you are enough. It kind of means the same thing, but I don't really believe in good or bad. I don't like those words, so for some reason I just chose not to say that the first time I read it off. These cards are kind of just, I don't know, good to hear for some people. You are obviously the person, if you pick group number 5 out of all these groups, who have been through shit in your life, okay? Or are currently going through, a rough patch. There's hardships, struggle, but it says to expect powerful change. It says it's a time for healing. And like, I get that you're this like amazing person, and I mean, obviously you're probably like, you probably come off as super hard, like you can't show your fears, and it's not really that you have to show them. You just need to take time to work through them, it's a time for healing. And like, you're so confident, and it's good because confidence is your key to success. But you just need to know in your heart, there's like this heart chakra energy about you, okay? Like, that you are good enough, and like you can work through these fears, possibly fears that like you just aren't good enough, or like don't deserve something good, because you've like been through like all this shit, and it's like, no, like, you haven't been through all this shit because you deserve it. Like, you don't deserve it. You've been through this shit because you're strong enough to overcome it, and just because like you're so amazing, and life gives you that. Okay, life just gives you that shitty situation, and because you're meant to, go within, you're meant to like be this great person because of it, okay? So we have Judgment in reverse, the Queen of Swords in reverse. We have the Four of Swords, we have the Hermit, we have the Emperor, the Page of Cups, and the Three of Swords. So, what I'm getting from this, you guys, is I feel like I said, like, you're a person who comes across, you know, like, kind of hard, like, you can't show off your emotions. I feel like you've gotten kind of cold because of this Judgment in reverse, okay? And I feel like you really are this, like, emperor type person, and you have this, like, stability and stuff. You have this authority, you have this, like, presence and aura that you give off that's just like, yeah, I'm this dude, I'm this girl, like, I'm this strong person. But it's like inside, you're just kind of going through heartbreak. You are, like, kind of this, like, emotional person inside. And, like, you're supposed to, like, embrace this, okay? You're supposed to embrace this. You're supposed to go within yourself. You're supposed to work through this, and you're gonna get through this, okay? I don't know if you've, like, been through heartbreak, or this heartbreak is, like, I don't feel like it's really coming. Like, I feel like you're kind of meant to just mend this, okay? It did come up, you know, indirect, not in reverse, but it's because this is, like, a general reading and this situation is different for everyone. But the thing that remains the same, anyone who picked this group, what you're meant to do, if you're watching this for advice or clarification that you picked the right pile, go through this Hermit moment, go through this Page of Cups moment, okay? And work through your fears, because that's going to give you this powerful change. That's going to turn the Judgment upright, and it's inevitably going to turn the Queen of Swords upright, and you're going to stop being so cold. You're just going to, like, wake up, and it's going to be amazing. Alright, I'm going to pick these cards up because there's really not much left to say for you guys, but I was only going to do 4 groups. When I was channeling these messages, like, these are, like, the things that, like, I wrote, okay? And that is, like, why I decided to write them, was because I got these random messages, but, like, I hadn't pulled any cards for them yet. But I did want some card clarifiers before I did the video. I was just going to do 4 groups, and I was, like, going to lay back down and go to sleep because I thought it was only 4 groups coming through. But then you guys came through, and I was like, no, like, we need this group number 5. And I'm like, okay, I will write that down too. And yeah, that is it. I hope you all enjoyed, and love and light, and the hybrid children are coming soon.